Good afternoon, good Saturday afternoon to everyone. Sitting here and actually just waking up again. Like I say, I'm trying to really focus on my ministry course, taking it very serious so I can get back into that and try to finish it by my birthday, July. There are a lot of things that I've been trying to preach. Well, no, talk to my son about. Not say necessarily preach, because a lot of people, sometimes they go over people's heads when you start talking about preaching. A lot of people are preaching. They're preaching the word the way they interpret it, their perspective. Um, when it's only really one way to preach. But I've been talking to my son, he's getting ready, he's been, like I said, brought up in the church. Me and him both. As soon as he came out his mother's womb, and after she died, like I said, he's been praying like a grown man since he was 2. I always talk to him like, yo, Lincoln, what was that? We would go place and I say, hey, what was it I taught you how to do? And he would just bow his head and start praying. That's what I told him. That's one of the main weapons of defense. That's the main one he's going to need in life. And being able to lean independent and call on the name of Jesus is very, very important. Because when you are truly anointed, no matter what you're going through in life, God will send his angels to protect you through any battle in life that you're going through. When I told him he's about to get baptized, he's getting baptized tomorrow. He wants to finally go ahead and do that, but I was gonna let him decide when he decided he wanted to do that, and that's one of the things he wanted to do. And I told him, when you publicly acknowledge and do that you are accepting Christ, sometimes the battles of being a true Christian become harder. And so I just want him to be aware of that. And I encourage everyone to know that this thing is real. A lot of my videos, some of them have 0 views. A lot of those have more powerful meaning, to me anyway, because it's dealing with more on spiritual warfare. And that's what we're really going through here in America. But people don't know how to defend themselves because they're so busy and caught up in trying to. They're distracted, I would say. They're distracted and they're so caught up with wrestling against flesh and blood. And that's not what we don't do as Christians. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against rulers in high places and forces of darkness. And your prayer life is very, very important with God. So I encourage you to do that one-on-one time with God. Everyone needs to get their life right. And like I told him, see, the wicked have crept off into the church house. And you have to be careful of the wolves in sheep clothing, because you have a lot of people portraying to be Christians, and they realize that because they go off and they marry off to a true Christian, that because of their sins and their wickedness, that they're protected. So a lot of you true Christians are being taken advantage of. So you have to be careful. Some of these men have hidden agendas. Some of these men have secret lifestyles. But because they married to a true Christian, they realize that it says that in the Bible, that if a man or a woman marries off to a true believer, to a child of God, that they are protected because of the prayers of the saints that they're married off to. People have realized that. And a lot of people realize how the true Christians are givers. So don't be fooled by these wolves in sheep clothing. And some of these women, they know that some of the men they marry out to have these hidden lifestyles, secret lifestyles. And because they marry them and try to hide and protect them, they really do themselves more dangerous and harm than they know. They're bringing curses on themselves, and sometimes not only themselves but their children and their children's children because they know better. The word, the Bible is real, man, and it's deep. People need to go back and read the Bible, not the stories of just Paul's and all that stuff like that. No, get into that fine text, the real print, how God had organized and structured the words operate. And then you'll see how wicked this place has become. Like I say, a lot of your laws, a lot of your constitutional stuff they put in politics, they put in play goes against the true teaching of the word. But when you look that up, the word up in the dictionary, the word comes before the world. It's common sense, man. People need to feed their spirit, man. And stop overthinking things. Trying to overanalyze things. Just be more involved in tune with they be moved by the spirit. Y'all be blessed, be encouraged. Get into your word, feed your spirit, man. Just as much as you feed your natural. Y'all be blessed.